The city hums outside her window, unaware that her world has cracked in silence. Elena sits on the floor, the car key cold against her palm. She stares at it until her reflection bends in the metal. 3 years of extra projects, late nights, and missed holidays. All for a gesture that was never going to matter. Her father's words replay, each one sharper than before. This is business, not your kind of thing. Her chest tightens, but beneath the pain there's something new, clarity. Maybe this is freedom in disguise. She grabs her phone and dials June. Her best friend answers on the second ring, already sensing the storm. They uninvited me, Elena whispers. To his birthday, but I'm done chasing a seat at their table. June exhales, soft but fierce. Then let's build your own table, somewhere far away. Elena laughs through the sting. The Range Rover, she says. I think I'm keeping it. Silence, then June's voice steadies like a promise. Good, drive it. Drive until you remember who you are. By dusk, Elena's apartment looks hollow. The framed photos of family dinners go face down on the counter. Suitcase open. Clothes folded without thought. She leaves behind the life that never fit her shoulders. Outside, the sky burns orange as she loads the last bag. The Range Rover waits in the garage, wrapped in twilight. Her father's favorite color, midnight blue. It gleams like defiance. Elena slides into the driver's seat. The engine hums, a sound both foreign and familiar. June arrives minutes later, camera bag slung across her chest. No turning back, she asks. Elena shakes her head, lips curling into the faintest smile. I've turned back enough for one lifetime. They drive west, the road unfolding like a secret. Miles of quiet stretch between bursts of laughter. City lights fade into open land, the air turning sharp and wild. June plays an old song from college, and for a moment, it feels like youth again. At a gas station outside Austin, Elena stands beneath flickering neon. The wind tugs at her hair as she watches dust swirl around her boots. Freedom feels heavier than she imagined. Not like escape, like beginning. She looks at June through the windshield and nods. Let's see how far we can go before the sun catches us. Hours later, they cross the state line. The desert opens wide, endless and waiting. Elena grips the wheel tighter, her pulse syncing with the road. In the reflection of the rearview mirror, the old version of her fades. What replaces it is quieter, stronger, unnamed. She smiles to herself, eyes on the horizon. For the first time in 27 years, she isn't driving toward approval. She's driving toward herself. Morning fog clings to the cliffs as the ocean murmurs below. Elena stands barefoot on the overlook, the wind tangling her hair. June lifts her camera, eyes sharp behind the lens. Look toward the water, she says softly. Don't think, just breathe. Elena exhales, her shoulders loosening. The Range Rover glints behind her, a streak of blue against the gray sky. Click. The shutter captures something she can't quite name. Maybe peace, maybe rebellion, maybe both. They drive along Highway 1, stopping whenever the light feels right. June's camera never rests, recording fragments of Elena's quiet transformation. At a cafe in Carmel, Elena scrolls through the photos. One catches her breath. Her own reflection, framed by sea and wind, eyes clear and unguarded. This one, she whispers, this feels like me. June nods, smiling without words. That night, Elena sits by the motel window, the ocean a dark whisper outside. Her phone glows in her hand, the cursor blinking in the caption box. She hesitates, then types. This car was meant to be a gift, but maybe I was the one who needed it. She attaches the photo and hits post before she can change her mind. For a moment, nothing happens. Then the notifications begin. Pings and vibrations fill the room. Old classmates, colleagues, clients. Messages spill across the screen. You look free. Proud of you, Elena. Bold move. June watches from her bed, one eyebrow raised. Do you want to block them? Your family, I mean. Elena shakes her head slowly. No, let them see it. By morning, the post has gone viral. Design blogs share it with captions about courage and independence. A stranger tags it, drive your own road. Elena laughs softly, equal parts disbelief and relief. But then the texts arrive. Mom. Please call. Miles. Dad is furious. What were you thinking? Olivia. You're embarrassing all of us. The words blur together, a storm of shame and panic. Elena sets the phone down, hands trembling slightly. June crosses the room and sits beside her. Hey, she says gently. You didn't break anything that wasn't already cracked. Outside, the morning light sharpens, gold against the horizon. Elena looks at her reflection in the window. Her eyes are tired, but there's a spark she's never seen before. Her phone buzzes again, unknown number. She almost ignores it, but something makes her answer. Elena, an older voice greets her. Frank Donovan here, I saw your post. Her stomach drops. He's her father's biggest investor. I wanted to tell you, he continues. That was brave and long overdue. She can't speak. I've always believed how a man treats his daughter shows how he treats his partners. Static hums between them, thick and unreal. Then he adds almost warmly, keep driving, Elena. Some roads only open once. The line clicks off. Elena stares at the phone, the ocean light spilling across her face. For the first time, she doesn't feel small. She feels infinite. The road bends through redwoods, tall and silent as watchmen. Elena drives with the windows down, air thick with salt and pine. June hums along to the radio, sunlight flickering across her camera lens. They haven't spoken about the post in 2 days. They don't need to. The silence between them feels calm, earned. Elena's phone lies face down in the console, still buzzing sometimes. She doesn't look. Each mile feels like a breath she's held for years, finally released. At a cliffside turnout, they stop for coffee and watch the Pacific stretch forever. June leans back on the hood. You know your father's losing investors, right? Elena nods slowly. I heard Donovan wasn't alone. The words taste strange, not guilt, not triumph. Maybe something in between. She remembers the way her father used to stand behind her chair at dinner. Always slightly distant, as if she were someone else's child. Now the distance feels like space to breathe. They drive south, the sky turning to fire behind them. At Big Sur, the waves crash against the rocks, furious and beautiful. June sets up her tripod, her voice soft. Stand there, right by the edge. Elena obeys, the wind pulling her dress, her hair wild and alive. She closes her eyes, the roar of the sea filling her chest. June clicks the shutter. That's the one, she whispers. That's freedom. That night in the motel. Elena scrolls through her messages again. She stops at her mother's voicemail. Her voice trembles with practiced calm. Elena, what did you say to Mr. Donovan? Your father's furious. Please fix this. Elena deletes it before it ends. The next message is Miles, sharp and shaking. Do you have any idea what you've done? You've destroyed everything. She closes her phone and sets it on the table. Outside, the ocean is dark and endless. June sits beside her with 2 cups of tea. So, June says quietly, are you scared? Elena smiles faintly. Yes, but not of them anymore. Morning comes silver and new. They drive through mist until the desert swallows the horizon. Joshua Tree rises like a planet made of bones and light. The sun burns the sky clean. June photographs her climbing a rock, arms wide, eyes closed. Look at you, she laughs. You don't check your phone anymore. Elena grins, skin warm, hair tangled. Maybe I finally stopped waiting for permission. Hours later, when she finally checks her phone, the world has shifted. News alerts fill the screen. Carter and Sons loses major investors. Riverside project halted indefinitely. June whistles low. That's the $20 million deal, isn't it? Elena nods. Her pulse stays steady. Her mother's latest voicemail pleads for peace, for reunion. Her brother demands she fix what she's broken. Elena listens, then presses delete. The desert wind howls outside, carrying the sound away. For the first time, she doesn't feel like a daughter out of place. She feels like her own beginning. Some waves, she thinks, aren't meant to be stopped. They're meant to break the shore and never return. The morning sun bleeds gold over the motel balcony. Elena sits with a notebook open, pages fluttering in the wind. She hasn't written in years, but words come easily now. Fragments of thought, half-formed dreams, pieces of freedom. June appears with 2 coffees and a smile. You slept. Like someone who stopped pretending, Elena says. Her phone rings again. She almost ignores it until she sees the name, Frank Donovan. Morning, Elena. His voice is calm, deliberate. I'd like to meet, if you're still in California. She hesitates, heart racing. He chuckles softly. Relax, I'm not calling on your father's behalf. 2 hours later, they sit at a diner overlooking the ocean. Frank looks nothing like the boardroom photos she remembers. No suit, no arrogance, just a quiet steadiness. He stirs his coffee, eyes on the waves. I didn't pull out because of your post, he says. Your father's been ignoring good advice for years. She listens, unsure if she's allowed to feel vindicated. But seeing how they treated you, he adds, that sealed my decision. Elena swallows hard, voice small. You saw that. I did, and I saw you stand up. He slides a small card across the table. When you're ready, call me. I think we could build something new. Her fingers trace the edge of the card. What kind of something? Frank smiles. Something that has your name on the door. The offer lingers in her chest, long after he leaves. June joins her later with a bag of postcards and camera film. So, she asks, he wants to work with me. June grins wide. Of course he does, everyone does now. They drive east that afternoon, the road stretching like promise. By the time Austin's skyline rises again, everything feels different. Her phone hums with new messages, not family this time. Editors, clients, journalists. The photo from Carmel has reached design magazines. Someone tagged it the road back to self. Elena laughs, shaking her head. Guess I'm a movement now. At her apartment, mail piles by the door. Letters, proposals, offers. She opens one from a design firm downtown. A collaboration request, signed by a company that once ignored her. June drops onto the couch, scrolling through comments online. They love you, she says. They love the story. Elena sits beside her, reading quietly. The praise feels strange, almost weightless. But this time, it doesn't feel like a test to pass. She's not proving anything anymore. The next week, Texas Design Quarterly calls. They want a feature article. The woman who drove away and found herself. June takes her portraits under soft morning light. No filters, no retouching, no pretense. When the issue prints, her phone floods again. 3 new clients in one day. Her studio begins to take shape. Her name on the wall, her rules. Late that night, she stands by the window, city lights flickering below. The car key rests on her desk, same as before, but the meaning has changed. She whispers to the glass, voice steady and sure. It was never just a car. It was the start of everything. The knock on her office door is sharp, familiar, and unwanted. Elena looks up from a stack of design sketches. Her assistant peeks in, nervous. Your father's here. The words settle heavy in the room. Elena inhales slowly. Let him in. Robert Carter enters like he owns the air. Tailored suit, polished shoes, the same cold confidence. He looks around the bright studio, eyes pausing on the framed magazine cover. You've done well for yourself, he says. Better than you expected, she replies evenly. He offers a thin smile. I came to talk about the company. Of course you did. He hesitates, caught between pride and desperation. We made mistakes. Your mother and I, we handled things poorly. Elena folds her arms. You mean you erased me? He shifts uncomfortably. That's not fair. It's exactly fair. The silence stretches until he forces a chuckle. Look, there's no point digging up old issues. What matters is the future. Our investors are nervous. Your connection to Donovan could help stabilize things. There it is. The real reason he came. Elena tilts her head. You want me to fix the mess you made? His jaw tightens. I'm offering reconciliation. She meets his eyes, voice calm but sharp. No, you're offering a transaction, and I'm not for sale. For the first time, his posture falters. He looks older, smaller somehow. Elena, he says quietly, we're still family. She shakes her head. You only remember that when you need something. He tries to smile again, but it doesn't reach his eyes. Think about it, he murmurs, already backing toward the door. I already have, she says. My assistant will walk you out. When he's gone, the room feels bigger. Lighter. Elena walks to the window, sunlight spilling across her desk. On the shelf sits the same key that once broke her heart. She turns it in her fingers, the metal warm from her touch. June appears in the doorway, coffee in hand. He came, didn't he? Elena nods. He wants my connections, not me. June smirks. Then you're officially powerful. They laugh, soft and tired. Later that night, Elena rearranges her apartment. She takes down the old family photos, frozen smiles, hollow warmth. In their place, she hangs June's photographs from the road. Elena by the sea. Elena at Big Sur. Elena. Unafraid. Each frame feels like a declaration. She steps back and surveys the wall. This is her family now. The woman she fought to become. Her phone buzzes with new opportunities, new names, new futures. In the corner, the magazine cover catches the evening light. The woman who drove away and found herself. She smiles faintly, whispering to no one. I didn't drive away to escape them. I drove away to meet me. Outside, the city hums, alive with noise and possibility. Inside, she finally feels still. The gallery hums with soft conversation, and camera flashes. Elena stands beneath a photograph of herself at Big Sur. Wind in her hair, eyes lifted toward the horizon. The image glows beneath warm light, titled Becoming. June's voice echoes from across the room. They love it. Elena smiles, nerves fatting into quiet pride. Then she sees her mother, standing near the far wall. Elegant as always, cream silk dress, pearls too heavy for her neck. Their eyes meet. The noise around them blurs. Her mother walks closer, hesitant, hands clasped like prayer. These are beautiful, she says softly. Your friend has real talent. Elena nods. She does. Silence stretches between them, fragile as glass. I drove by your new studio. Her mother continues. It's lovely. You've built something remarkable. Elena studies her face, searching for the familiar armor. But tonight, the mask has cracks. You look happy in these, her mother whispers, eyes glistening. Elena's throat tightens. I am. Her mother exhales, words trembling out. We were wrong about you. For years, she dreamed of hearing that sentence. Now it lands softly, almost sad. I'm not angry anymore, Elena says quietly. I just stopped needing what you wouldn't give. Her mother nods, blinking fast. I don't expect forgiveness. Then maybe you'll get it anyway, Elena replies. Their hands almost touch, but neither moves. The distance remains, gentler now, no longer a wound. June calls her name from across the room, breaking the spell. Elena turns away with a small smile. Thank you for coming, she says. Her mother's lips tremble into a half smile. Good night, darling. When she's gone, Elena breathes easier. The noise returns. The laughter, the clinking glasses, the hum of admiration. A year has passed since she took the car and left everything behind. Now her studio thrives. 4 designers on staff. Projects booked months in advance. The Range Rover sits outside, her emblem of defiance turned symbol of identity. Her phone buzzes with a message from Frank Donovan. "Proud of you, kid. You found your lane." She texts back a simple thank you. Tomorrow she'll speak at his retirement gala, guest of honor. Later that night, she drives home through quiet streets. City lights shimmer against the windshield like scattered stars. At home, she pauses by the window, phone still in her hand. A new message flashes from Chloe. "Lunch next week. I miss you." Elena smiles. "Maybe some things can be rebuilt," she murmurs. She walks to her desk, where the old key still rests. Not a relic, but a reminder. She turns it once in her palm, then sets it beside her new book draft. "The road back to me" glows in gold letters across the cover. Outside, the night hums with life. Inside, she feels lighter than ever. The road is still open. And this time, it leads exactly where she belongs. The morning sun spills over the Texas hills, soft and golden. Elena drives with the windows down, air sweet with wildflowers. The Range Rover hums beneath her hands, steady and sure. Her phone rings through the speakers. "Miss Carter, this is Lily from your mentorship program." Elena smiles. "Hi, Lily, how's your first week?" The young voice trembles with excitement. "Better than I dreamed. Thank you for believing in me." Elena's throat tightens with warmth. "You earned it. Just keep driving your own road." Silence follows, gentle and full. When the call ends, she glances at the horizon stretching endlessly ahead. The same road that once meant escape now feels like home. The car's reflection flashes in the sunlight, her own signature. She thinks of the girl she was, waiting for approval that never came. Then she thinks of this moment, of the quiet peace she built herself. She smiles, whispering into the wind. "The best gift I ever gave was to stop waiting." The road bends toward the distance, bright and unending. Elena presses the accelerator and drives forward free.